The Dragon's Magic Forest. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived a peaceful village surrounded by a thick and enchanted forest. The forest was home to many magical creatures, including dragons. The villagers were afraid of the dragons, believing they were fierce and dangerous beasts. One day, a little girl named Lily wandered into the forest while picking berries. As she walked deeper into the forest, she stumbled upon a clearing where a dragon lay sleeping. Lily was not afraid. She had heard stories of dragons protecting forests and being kind to children. The dragon woke up and saw Lily standing before it. Instead of breathing fire, it greeted her with a gentle smile and welcomed her to its home. The dragon showed Lily around the forest and introduced her to all the magical creatures it called friends. As she explored, Lily stumbled upon a beautiful garden filled with the most colorful flowers she had ever seen. The dragon explained that the flowers were enchanted and that they had the power to make wishes come true. Lily made a wish that all the villagers could see the dragon's true kindness and beauty. The dragon granted her wish and led her back to the village. When they arrived, the villagers were amazed to see such a majestic creature being so kind and friendly. From that day on, the villagers never feared the dragons again. They visited the magic forest often, and the dragons became their protectors and friends. And every time a child visited the forest, they made a wish, and the dragon granted it with its magical flowers. And so, the magic forest lived on, and the dragons continued to protect and guide all those who entered. The fire-breathing guardian dragon. In a land far, far away, there lived a powerful dragon called Flameheart. With scales as red as fire and eyes that glowed like diamonds, Flameheart was known as the guardian of the kingdom. One day, the king of the land came to Flameheart with a heavy heart. He told the dragon that an evil sorcerer had cast a dark spell on his daughter, the princess, and she had been kidnapped by the sorcerer's minions. Flameheart knew he had to act quickly. He flew off to the sorcerer's castle, where he found the princess trapped in a room at the top of a tall tower. The sorcerer had placed a curse on her, making her sleep forever unless a true hero could break the curse. Flameheart knew he needed help, so he called upon the other dragons of the land. Together, they formed a plan to defeat the sorcerer and break the curse. The dragons flew in a formation, creating a whirlwind that blew toward the castle. They breathed fire and scorched the walls, causing the sorcerer and his minions to flee in terror. Flameheart climbed the tower and found the princess. He knew that only a kiss from a true hero could break the curse. Brave and full of love, he kissed the princess, and the curse was lifted. The princess woke up, and Flameheart brought her back to the kingdom. The people cheered and praised the hero dragon for his bravery and kindness. From that day forward, Flameheart was known as the protector of the kingdom. And the princess loved him dearly. And whenever anyone asked about the greatest hero of the land, the answer was always the same: why, it's Flameheart, the fire-breathing dragon, of course. The Dragon's Apprentice. Long ago, in a land far away, there lived a young boy named Billy. He was known throughout the village for his love of dragons and his desire to one day become a dragon tamer. Billy would spend hours reading books about dragons and learning everything he could about them. One day, as Billy was exploring the forest, he stumbled upon a small dragon with purple scales and large eyes. Without hesitation, Billy approached the dragon and offered it food. The dragon accepted Billy's offering, and soon they became fast friends. As the days passed, Billy continued to visit the dragon and learn more about its ways. One day, the dragon asked Billy if he wanted to become its apprentice. Excited at the chance, Billy eagerly accepted. Under the dragon's guidance, Billy learned how to care for and train dragons of all shapes and sizes. They would spend hours flying through the sky and exploring new lands. Billy loved every moment of it. One day, while out on a mission to protect the village from an evil sorcerer, Billy and the dragon were ambushed. The sorcerer had summoned a giant dragon to attack them. Billy and his dragon fought bravely, but they were no match for the giant dragon. Just as they were about to be defeated, a group of friendly dragons appeared on the horizon. They had heard of Billy's bravery and had come to help. Together, they managed to defeat the giant dragon and save the village. From that day on, Billy was known throughout the land as the greatest dragon tamer of all time. And he always remembered the lessons he learned from his faithful dragon, who had taught him everything he knew about courage, loyalty, and the magic of dragons. And so, the legend of the dragon's apprentice lived on for generations to come, inspiring young children everywhere to dream big and never give up on their goals. The Dragon Tamer and the Enchanted Kingdom. In a far-off land, there lived a young girl named Sophia who had a passion for dragons. She spent most of her days reading books on dragons and dreaming about riding them through the skies. One day, as she was walking in the forest, she stumbled upon an injured dragon lying on the ground. Being an animal lover, Sophia immediately ran to help the dragon. She tended to his wounds using herbs and magic spells she had learned from her books. The dragon was grateful and promised to repay her kindness. The next night, the dragon appeared in Sophia's dreams. He told her of the enchanted kingdom where dragons roamed freely and lived in harmony with humans. However, the kingdom was in peril as an evil sorcerer had taken over and enslaved the dragons. Sophia knew she had to help save the kingdom and its dragons. She set out on a journey, accompanied by the dragon she had helped, and they faced many challenges on their way. They had to cross raging rivers, avoid treacherous traps, and fight off fierce beasts. But with courage and determination, they finally arrived at the gates of the enchanted kingdom. They found the kingdom in chaos, with dragons being forced to work day and night for the sorcerer. Sophia devised a plan to free the dragons and defeat the sorcerer once and for all. She used her knowledge of magic spells to create a powerful potion that would break the sorcerer's hold over the dragons. As the sorcerer watched in horror, the dragons broke free from their chains and flew into the skies, soaring higher than they ever had before. The sorcerer was defeated, and peace was restored to the enchanted kingdom. From that day forward, Sophia became known as the Dragon Tamer, and the dragons hailed her as their savior. She was welcomed into the enchanted kingdom and enjoyed a life filled with adventure and wonder, riding her beloved dragons through the skies. And so, the story of Sophia and the Enchanted Kingdom became a legend that parents told their children at bedtime, inspiring them to dream big and never give up on their own adventures in life. The Dragon Riders of Eldoria. In the magical land of Eldoria, where dragons flew freely through the sky and roamed the verdant forests, there lived a young girl named Lila. She had always dreamt of riding a dragon. And one day her wish was granted when she stumbled upon a small dragon with silver scales and piercing green eyes. The dragon, whom she named Silver, was injured and needed her help. Lila nursed the dragon back to health, and as a sign of gratitude, Silver allowed her to climb onto her back and take flight. From that day on, Lila and Silver became inseparable. They spent every moment together, flying over mountaintops, exploring hidden valleys, and witnessing majestic sunsets. However, their adventure was not without danger. One dark night, as they were soaring over the rolling hills, they noticed a group of dragons attacking a nearby village. The dragons were ferocious and breathed fire, burning everything in their path. Lila knew she had to do something. With Silver at her side, she set out to stop the dragons and save the village. They swooped down from the sky and engaged the dragons in a fierce battle. Despite being outnumbered, Lila and Silver fought bravely and managed to defeat the dragons. The villagers were overjoyed and grateful to Lila and Silver for their bravery. From that day on, Lila became known as the Dragon Rider of Eldoria. She went on many more adventures with Silver, stopping evil dragons from causing harm to innocent people. Lila's tale spread far and wide, and other young boys and girls were inspired to become dragon riders too. Together, they defended Eldoria against all threats, becoming legends in their own right. And so, the world of Eldoria was forever changed by the bravery and heroism of its dragon riders. The dragons were no longer seen as fearsome creatures but as partners in adventure and protectors of the land.